I've gained a lot of muscle over the last 2 years, and one of the main reasons why I could do that is because of my ability to really push myself, my ability to really train hard, and my aim with this video is to help you do the same. So the first thing I just want to quickly tell you a story from this morning. I had a workout, just a pull workout this morning, and the first exercise I did was preacher curl. So I was there, I took the dumbbell, like dumbbell preacher curl, and did my two warm sets. Then I did my first working set. And instantly, like 2 3 reps in, I was already getting those negative thoughts. Those thoughts that come in when you really get into that uncomfortable place and you know you gotta push forward. You know you got another 6 7 reps in front of you. Because the preacher curl is really a painful exercise. Like it's really painful, but it's really fun. And I just noticed those thoughts coming in. But again, 1.5 years in the past, I was getting those same thoughts, but very often those thoughts had a lot more power on me. They had the ability to really control me, and I would often listen to them and just say, "Okay, yeah, I it was painful, and I got a random thought to myself, yeah, you should just stop. Why try to push yourself?" And I gave up. But today, this morning, I was on my set of doing my preacher goals like normal, and I got those thoughts, those negative thoughts that always come in, and I just ignored them. They was just like a normal, like a cloud passing in the sky. I just saw them, didn't really react to them, just kept doing my set. Because in the past, when I first started training and I really started to understand the importance of really pushing yourself physically and mentally, and the power of discipline, the power of fighting those pussy thoughts that you get in your head, I thought that at some point I would get to a level where never got those negative thoughts. I never got those thoughts, those limiting beliefs, those thoughts that try to hold you back from really pushing yourself. But that's not the case. What I've actually noticed is that now I've become better at just ignoring them. I've become a lot better at just saying, yeah, it's just another thought. It's just another emotion coming up. I don't have to listen to it. So very often, like I train very, very hard. Or I've become really good at pushing myself physically, mentally. And I often, on really difficult sets, I always get those thoughts. Very often do get those thoughts of, oh yeah, yeah, why try to push so hard? Why try to train so hard? You could just stop. But I just don't listen to them. I just simply ignore them. They are simply like clouds passing the sky. And that's a really good mindset to use. I think it could really help you when you get into that set, that difficult set that you know is gonna be painful. Beforehand, you're kind of anxious. Your heartbeat goes up. I would greatly recommend you to really think of it like in this way. Firstly, realize those thoughts are gonna come up. Like it's impossible that they won't come up. That's really gonna be difficult. Those thoughts are gonna come up. But then think to yourself, okay, I'm not gonna try to react to them. I'm trying to fight them. I'm not gonna try to make them go away. I'm just gonna see them as just simple clouds passing the sky. The sky is never, it stays unchanged. Doesn't matter how many clouds are in there. The sky isn't influenced by the clouds. I know it's like a dumb analogy, but you kind of get what I'm trying to say here. See yourself at the sky, and your thoughts and those emotions are simply like clouds just passing there, moving around, and you just see them. You're not trying to change them. You're not trying to just remove them from your brain. You just simply accept the fact that they're there and that they're probably not go away. And the more often you're able to do that and just defy those thoughts, ignore them, at some point you really become confident. Like I remember today when I was on a set of preacher call and I started getting those thoughts. It wasn't like I just knew, okay, it was just normal for me because I'd done so often. I had ignored those thoughts so often. I've done it not just in the gym, but in the other aspects. For example, this morning I woke up at 4:30. Like I said, I was at the gym at like 5:50, and when I woke up, I didn't want to leave my bed. And those same thoughts crept in, saying, "Oh yeah, just sleep longer, stay in bed." But I ignored them, and just stood up, then went into the shower, and I first started with a cold shower. And again, before I cold shower, I didn't want to go in. I got all those limiting beliefs, those thoughts trying to hold me back, but I still did it anyways. So those thoughts will always come up, but you just gotta be better at handling them. Get better at ignoring those thoughts, not trying to push them away or fight them in your head and be like, no, 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 I'm gonna try to push myself. No, don't try to fight them, because you give them even more power. I've noticed that it's actually way better for me to just simply ignore them, see them, and then be like, okay, yeah, they're there. You can stay there. You can keep blabbing around. I'll just do what I gotta do, anyways. So, hope that mindset hope it was hope you can actually implement this in the future. Really try this next workout. If you're someone who's really struggling with pushing himself in the gym because you get those thoughts and then you just give up, try this hard. I think it can really help you. And of course, in the beginning, you won't be very good at this, but just keep doing it over time. Because I remember in the past when I first started really working on my discipline, training harder, pushing myself physically and mentally, I very often tried for some reason to like, how should I say it, hype myself up. Be like, yeah, no, 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 I'm like this, I'm like that. Oh no, 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 I won't do that. I won't listen to you. No, I was always trying to do that. But over time, I realized trying to fight those thoughts doesn't. It There's no benefit to doing that. I realized that the best way to go about it is just to simply see them, simply notice them, and then go back to what you're doing. Simply just don't react to them. So when you're in that, like for example, tomorrow I have like a leg workout. I'm gonna do leg press. A leg press is a really painful exercise. It's also my favorite exercise. So I've become a little bit weird, but to the point where I kind of love the pain to some extent. So leg press is pretty much the most painful exercise that I can do. If you do it correctly, it's really painful. Some people might think, oh yeah, it's not that painful, but if you do it correctly, like you get your calves, your hamstrings, you really go deep, bro, it's gonna hurt. And you really go slow on the way down, it's gonna hurt. And now I've gotten to the point where I actually love that pain. I'm actually like, yeah, it's actually enjoyable. My favorite exercise is also my most painful exercise that I perform out of all the exercises that I perform every single week. It's also my favorite exercise. But just a few years ago, that logic wouldn't have made sense to me. But over time, I did it so often that to a certain extent, in a weird way, I kind of fell in love with the pain. And you don't have to get to this extent. It's kind of weird, but I'm sure as you do it over time, you kind of get what I'm trying to say here. Such makes some sense. So yeah, hope you find this valuable. Really try it out. And yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, on X, just click the link in the description. And yeah, don't worry from discomfort. Chase it.